All right. Well, hello everybody. I am very excited for all you to get on. As you can see, I'm in a different place than I usually stream from. I'm actually in a town of about 300 people, no joke. So the internet here is not the fastest that I've seen. But if there's any audio or video issues, we're just gonna blame it on the internet. Um, we're out visiting some family for Fourth of July. My wife's family that we haven't seen in 4 years. So we're out in kind of a little city in the middle of nowhere in California. But I really appreciate all of you getting on. This is our last AMA before we go to Vegas. So I got a couple fun things to announce, and I got some interesting updates that happened this week with our world. So I really appreciate everybody getting on. My name is Alex Nace. I'm the Director of Business Development for TCG World and TCG Gaming. And today we have some fun things to go over. So I'm going to be showing you a lot of pictures and visuals today. So set the resolution to the max if the internet will allow that. I got some fun things to show you, and we have a lot of development updates. So our studio has been very busy getting everything ready for our upcoming Vegas event and getting Alpha prepared. So we've had a lot of development. We've had a lot of interesting news with our company this week, and I'm going to go over some things with you. So first, we're going to go over a bunch of development updates, and then after that, we're going to take questions and do an actual AMA, Ask Me Anything, in our Telegram main chat. And I actually do have some time today. The family's going to go out to a park for a bit, so I have some time to answer some questions before I'll split and go hang out with them. So that's going to be immediately following the development updates that I'm going to be going over right now. So if you have questions for us, I'll be there, as well as our moderator team and some of our leadership team as well. But let's get started, shall we? So, everybody, this is our 44th AMA. Can you believe it? In just 8 more AMAs, we have done 52 of these AMAs in a row, which means we have done an AMA every week for an entire year, uh, including like 50 plus Twitter spaces and things as well. We want to be a company that's all about heavy communication. So I prefer to if a project I'm invested in, I want to know what's going on, especially if it's a game. I want to know how the development's going. I want to know all the changes. But yeah, we are now 44 AMAs in, and it's just each one just gets more exciting than the previous. It's a dream job. Before we start though, I want to give a quick shout out to John Dixon. He's a moderator on our team. The beginning images that you saw when this AMA started in the lobby, as well as when I end the AMA, those are all been pictures that he's taken in the world. And actually, he has a bunch of new pictures that he's been taking the last 2 weeks. I just have no time to download them into this AMA. So next AMA, I'll include some of his new pictures. But big shout out to you, John, for putting it all together, showing everybody pictures of the world. It's really fun to see all the different sceneries and all the different angles, and to see just how vast and beautiful, but also how different the world is. It's not the same thing. Every one of us, there's like so many different biomes and subbiomes, and so it's really cool for everyone to get to see that. We appreciate you doing that. All right, I got news for y'all today. So we are now ramping up our alpha. So last AMA we were on 2.8.2 build, then there was 2.8.3. Now we're on 2.8.4. And things are moving. We're getting ready for Vegas, which I'll go over a bunch of Vegas stuff today. And but our studio is adding more and more content into the world, which is really exciting. I did want to take a quick moment and talk to you all about this, because we've had some people that have been really excited for Alpha and getting in. And although the world is, like, a lot of us are getting into it, it's not quite at the point where David wants to release it to everybody. But instead, he's adding a lot more content into the world. I talked about this briefly on last AMA too. When we were originally going to have you all join in, it was just going to be a couple basic mechanics. Like, you can drive a car, you can maybe do some real early version creature capturing, or at least look at creatures. You can travel some of the world and look at it. But that was just going to be kind of it. It was going to be kind of exploratory. Well, he's kind of made the decision to let's extend it out further, but let's add a lot more content into the world itself. So if you've seen our last AMAs, like we're adding all these different points of interest, like we're working on the ruins, the ski resort. Hopefully you've seen the marina video, as well as like volcano racing track and a couple other areas that we're working on. So David has decided to add a lot more content into the world itself, which I understand that can upset some people because they just want to get in. But from David's point of view, and I think it's a great idea too, total 100% back this. When you see the world for the first time, we wanted to really make it a special experience. Some of you have seen the world. If you've been to our conventions and you've come to our booth, or I met with you on the side, I've shown you Alpha, and it's pretty incredible. But I cannot wait for people coming to Vegas to see. Like now, it's like the masses getting to see what we built. Oh, you're gonna love it. But I did want to give everyone a quick update that we are extending out Alpha, which you've known already because we're entering July. But I just want everyone to know the reason is because we're adding a lot more content into the Alpha build itself. So rather than you getting like a skeleton thing, we want you to get like a full-on experience. But thank you for being patient. We really appreciate everyone being patient. So now we're on Alpha 2.8.4, and it's going pretty good. So next is just a quick New York recap. So for those that don't know, we were just in Austin, Texas. We went to Decentral and we went to Consensus. We actually had a booth at Decentral too, and a lot of people got to play Alpha and see the world itself. New York was honestly one of our best conventions we've ever been to. No hate on Miami or Austin or anywhere else, but the networking events that Eric and I were invited to were just absolutely unbelievable. So the networking opportunities and just the people that we got to meet with is very exciting. So you've seen a couple hidden little tweets from me. You've seen a couple little hints from David, especially if you're a plot owner and you're in our plot owners group. David will tend to announce a couple little hints before everywhere else. But you can see that we're actually meeting with a lot of big names at the moment. So we're catching the eyes of a lot of big companies. And a lot of that has been us going to these conventions and just building relationships. We're really good at building a relationship with people, befriending them, and working out some really cool deal where we help them and they help us. So New York was honestly the best convention that we've been to. Just as terms of just networking and the people that we got to meet and that we're in meetings with right now is very exciting. I obviously, because the nature of it, I can't say a word about it other than some very vague little hints that I will drop every now and then. But New York was awesome. Big shout out to Eric who came out with me. We hit up a bunch of conventions. I want you guys to see this. I'm going to show you a picture here. This is wild. Okay, so these are just all the satellite networking events that we were privy to happening in New York. So as you can see, the date on the left is 6/22. Look at just all these events, but it doesn't stop there. There's a whole second page. Again, this is all on the same day. All these networking events. And it doesn't even stop there. There's a third page. I just forgot to get a picture of it, but there's about 30 more things. This is really cool that we are now getting into these circles where we are getting privy to all these networking and VIP things. But this is a little challenging to try to figure out which one you're going to go to, because some of them are just a party, which parties are fun and all, but we want to be productive. We want to go and actually meet some high quality relationships, build some good friendships and business partners. So it's a little bit of a game trying to find like which one is the good networking event, which one's not. A lot of times Eric and I will split. So he'll go to a bunch of events at the same time. I'll go to a bunch of events. And then we'll just talk to each other and say, hey, yeah, this one's very party. or Eric will say, yeah, this one's really good. And so we'll just kind of connect, and we'll also divide and conquer a lot. So especially in New York, Eric and I hung out maybe like 1 or 2 days total. Like for a couple events, we were just splitting, because look at how many networking events there are. In fact, the quality of these satellite events were just fantastic, which I said earlier. But this is just to give you a little bit of an idea of what we do when we go to these conventions. Is yes, we talk to the conventions, we talk to as many of the booths as we can, and build a lot of relationships. But then it's these side satellite events that really have a lot of um, high quality contacts and people that are excited about the world. A lot of the bigger names and companies, they won't necessarily go to the convention itself. They'll be at these private VIP experience events. That's where they are. So by us hitting both, is casting a very wide net, and the return of just the friendships and the relationships that we've been building is just fantastic. And I know there's actually a couple people watching this AMA today that we've become really close friends with. So hello, gentlemen. Uh, these events, we've cultivated some really neat relationships, and TCG World's helping them out. They're helping us out. You're going to see a lot of news on this in the future. We did a big Expo Twitter space this week, so this was really fun. So we got a bunch of our partners, and we all got on a Twitter space. I was only able to capture this many because the screen won't allow Twitter space to go and capture more for whatever reason. So, but you could just see kind of the names, and we just talked everything Expo. So we talked about what are some things that they look at when they go to conventions. What's some good advice for someone going to a convention for the first time, or even having a booth for your first time? What's some good advice and some lessons learned that you've had? So this was a really fun conversation. For anyone that just is curious on all this stuff, it's on our Twitter space. And it's also really cool too, because a lot of these partners or speakers on this Twitter space, they're also going to be hosting fun events at Vegas, like Ape and Poker. They're going to be doing a couple poker tournaments. Cyber Hornets are going to have a bunch of fun comics. Like, they're going to have some fun extra little things that they're going to be bringing to the event, which is going to grab the attention of a lot of people. So it was a really fun Twitter space. For those that didn't get to listen to it, go to our TCG World Twitter, and you can listen and kind of hear other people's feedback on what they look for at conventions and what's some good advice if it's your first time going. There's some really good answers on there. Uh, this is something that happened, I believe, like 10 days ago or maybe last week, but I didn't talk about it on last week's AMA, so I just wanted to touch on it real quick. But we have now a collaboration with Satoshi Island. So Satoshi Island is like I believe, what is it, like a 33 million square foot private island, I believe. And there's going to be a bunch of land and parcels and stuff there. There's a bunch of crypto things going on with Satoshi Island. They're wanting to be this private crypto capital thing. So we have land there. We're going to build not only a virtual headquarters, but also like a physical headquarters, where we're going to have events. We're going to have networking opportunities. We're going to have community events, hopefully in the future, and invite people out there. Team events as well. We're just going to have a place where we can go and hang out on a private island because, why not? It's a private island. Like, that sounds awesome. So this was announced like last week or 10 days ago, but I didn't announce it on the AMA, so I just wanted to make sure that people knew about this. And you'll see a bunch of news on this on our social. There's a whole Medium article about what Satoshi Island is, what's the deal or the collaboration that we have going on with them, and what are we going to be using it for. There's going to be some surprises coming out with this private island in the future. So it's really neat. So we're excited about that collaboration. This was some big news that I announced on last week's AMA. So Clips and Dawson and D3 Esports have been announced that we are now working with them. We're partners. So Clips, for those that don't know, Clips is the founder of FaZe Clan, which FaZe Clan is a very big gaming clan slash guild slash group of players. They're definitely like the A tier, top of the top. They're really good, and they're all over YouTube and Twitch and everything. Like, they have a very good team. So, but we got put in contact with Clips, who was the founder of them, And he's now going to be helping us, and he's coming on as an advisory role, helping us out with some gaming elements of the world, helping us out with some fun events, talking with a bunch of other streamers, and getting eyes on how fun our world is. This is important. This is actually very important because if you build a metaverse and it's straight up just not fun, it will turn into a ghost town. I'm not going to call out any specific names, but there are some big metaverses that have less than like 2 to 3,000 daily players at the moment. Granted, the market's been taking a little bit of hit too, but that's not a lot of daily players, and it's no bad mouthing them. It's just that we want to create a world that is super fun, super engaging, and you want to return to over and over and over. So you can make the best looking metaverse in the world, but if people aren't having fun and people aren't returning, then what's the point? So having clips coming from that gaming background and helping us kind of advise on some of that stuff is a great person to have on the team. And we also have some other gamers such as Jace, myself, and a few others that you don't know about yet that are helping out with this too. So we're definitely building a metaverse that is actually building like something fun. We're not building a racing game to have a racing game. We want to make racing like actually high quality and super fun. Same with the creatures. We're not having just creatures to have creatures. We want to make it a really fun, engaging game. And Mike Miller, being the baller boss that he is just making more and more creatures. Oh, I should have put some creatures on. I didn't do it. Dang it. I should have put some creatures on the AMA today. He's come up with some really good ones lately. I'll do that maybe next week. But yeah, whatever we do, we want to do it. And we want to do it not to just get a passing grade. We want to excel at it. So the more people that are gaming centric or gaming focused and that are all about the user experience, that's what you want on the team. Which that's probably our biggest differentiator from us and other metaverses is we're all about user experience. That's our thing. You got to have a place where people want to try out and they want to return to. So it all comes down to user experience. We want to be the high quality one. So some big news, and then Dawson Gaming and D3 Sports Esports is a racing esports team, and they're donating us some racing rigs for the Vegas Expo event, which I'll show you here in a little bit. This is an under the radar, really good partner that we're really excited about. So, and I won't say any more on that. I'll just say that we're very happy to announce these guys this week. Some of the world updates that I want to go over is there's actually a lot of updates right now. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to make a whole second slide for the AMA because number one, I'm in the middle of nowhere, and also we just literally just got back from New York. But there's a lot of updates that the world that our studio is doing right now. Like I could literally create a whole nother PowerPoint slide on all the changes. But I did want to highlight some of the fun ones. So one of them is the road systems are getting upgraded across the world. So these pictures that I'm going to show you, these are really very just like very pre alpha. So don't look at the graphics, don't look at anything like that. But this is some of the questions that I get asked all the time on AMAs is what are your roads going to look like? Like, are those edges around the squares, or is that like a big highway, or how are the roads going to go in between the plots? Like, and so you can kind of see right here that the road is not, it's not a straight thing. It's going to ebb and flow. And there's also going to be side roads. There's going to be a bunch of, I call it character. There's a bunch of character and flavor to our road system. We're also widening the roads too to make it easier for racing. But can you imagine just going through like a beautiful scenery and just racing through the countryside against your friends, or do like a competition, point A to point B, and have to go through everything? Would be really fun too. But yeah, I just wanted to show you some just very entry level pictures. Like I said, don't look at the graphics, don't look at anything like that, because that's not what these pictures are about. It's just to show you that we're building out an entire system that will overlay the entire map, which is really cool. Like they really want to make this world as immersive as possible, as opposed to just having straight roads on each length and width side. Like that's boring, right? Just have a straight flat road. Like, so we want to have it go all the way through the world. And you can kind of see that it's starting to take shape. They've already done it, a lot of it, but now they're upgrading a lot of it. And you're going to get to see a lot of that when with Alpha coming up. They're also they're optimizing all our multiplayer. So um, with with some of the popularity that we've recently gotten. Oh, sorry, give me something in my throat. Um, with some of the partnerships and people that we're talking to that right now that we can't announce quite yet, but they're very exciting. We need to optimize our entire multiplayer engine. We may have more players in the world than what we originally thought. So we switched everything from a program called Phantom. We switched it over to another one called Mirror, and then just recently, like within the last 2 weeks, we switched to another one, which I can't announce the name yet because David doesn't want anybody to know about it yet. Keep it company secret. But now we're actually testing the loads and the limits of all the multiplayer, as well as like creatures and other things in the world too. So again, you can have a world and it can look good, but if the multiplayer is not great, people are not going to have fun. So the multiplayer experience has to match everything else with it. So they're doing all the testing on this literally as we speak, like this week. um, we might have a new AMA format. I got some pictures here for you. By the way, I've never asked this before because I don't ever look for praise or anything like that. We've done 44 AMAs. What have you all thought about doing our AMAs, doing them every week, and being communicative with you all? And we started on Facebook and now we switched to YouTube. But how's the experience been for everybody? We would actually love to hear your feedback. And honestly, we would also love to hear feedback on how can AMAs be better? What can we do, or what can I do as a host to add more content, to add more things that you want to see? We actually would love to hear your feedback on everything within the world. So let us know. You can always send me a direct message in Telegram. And we actually love feedback. So and this is an important thing for us because with our world, we're gonna listen a lot to the community. I wish gaming companies honestly did this still. A lot of them don't do that. They used to. There's some companies that really used to listen to the community, but now they care. It seems like they care more about money than people's opinions. But we want a lot of feedback. So just as we have feedback for the world, we would love feedback with everything that on how we communicate with you, our socials, our communication, like what do we do good at, and then what are things that we can improve on. We're a company that believes that we can always be better. That being said, we might be changing our AMA format a little bit. It's not going to happen right away because you'll see why, but I have some pictures here for you. Let me know what you think of this. Check that out. Doesn't that look cool? Oh. So this is going to be using the GG Tour Stadium, which is where we're have these graphics on right now. Um, and we're thinking of maybe changing up our AMA setup. I got another picture here for you too. Check it out. Look at that. Isn't that neat? Yeah, Justin got it at GG Tour. Good job, Justin. Yeah, so this would be really cool, everybody, to do AMAs in the world like this, and we can log on, we can talk, we can interact, we can even do some fun games and trivia or quizzes or giveaways. Like, how fun would this be, right? So again, everybody, like this isn't absolutely like coming up right away. But this is something that we would like to do in the future. So David just sent me over those pictures literally this morning. He said, I have something that I think you're going to be excited about. So we might be doing that in the future when we get to public alpha and we get more and more people in the world. We might be doing AMAs and do a full switch in the metaverse and also streaming through YouTube as well. But it'd be really cool for all of us to get together and talk and interact in a way that we've never ever been able to. Or honestly, any company's been able to interact with their community in that way. So we're working on a couple things. So we might be changing up the AMA format in the future because the world's gorgeous, the stadium's gorgeous. Why not, right? So again, we love your feedback. Anything that we can do to improve, we want to hear all of it. Moving on though, we have an expo coming up. I know you've heard about this over and over and over, but my gosh, this is coming up like within a week or 8 days, I think, as of today, or 7 days. Uh, we're putting on a whole convention. We're very excited about this. We have so many big speakers and fun events and things coming out and just interactions with people. This is going to be so much fun. This will, without a doubt, be the most fun event of this year. You go to a lot of these convention events, a lot of them are like, they're a little bit more techy. Like, it's a lot of them can be blue chip projects or people talking about their mining company or their protocol or whatever. But a metaverse Web3 Expo, it's a lot of games, it's a lot of fun interactions, it's a lot of fun companies. Like, it's just Web3 is just a really high energy, a lot of high energy projects. And so, what a fun experience to go to a place and just enjoy each other while networking at the same time. That's what we want to do with this. We want to just have a convention this year that people can go and just have a good time and also get to see a lot of really cool Web3 game metaverse projects as well. This is going to be so cool. So on top of that, we're going to be doing some really fun events at the expo itself. So as you can see right here, like we're going to do a Call of Duty 1v1 competition. We got top $30,000 worth of prizes and giveaways and stuff that we're going to be doing for this competition as well. I love it. Sign up if you dare. So this is going to be hosted at the convention. We're actually putting all the rules and all the details of what the competition is going to be, how's the bracket, like all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we're going to have some fun Call of Duty competitions. I told them they should have done Halo, and then I could have walked away with some extra cash. But actually, probably not as much. There's probably a lot of you guys that can beat my butt now. But yeah, we're going to be doing a Call of Duty 1-on-1 competition. We're also going to be doing a racing competition. So, courtesy of D3 Esports and Dawson Gaming, they've given us some of the F1 simulator like racing rigs, which some people may not know that a lot of these racers, they actually don't practice or train on the track anymore. They use simulators. And the simulators are very accurate. Like, stupidly accurate. It will feel and drive just the exact way, which is the whole point. That's how you practice. You can't train on something that's a different experience. That wouldn't make sense. So we're going to be putting on a racing competition and a championship as well. There might be some big bonuses with this. There might be a trip involved for a winner. There might be some opportunity to join a racing team. There's going to be a couple fun things that are going to happen that we're going to do in tandem with these rigs, as well as D3 Esports as well. Like I said, this is kind of a cool thing, and Dawson and D3 Esports here are so nice just to donate this to us and bring to our expo. Which, like I said, we're forging really neat relationships and partnerships, and it's all because of these conventions and talking and becoming friends with people. So this is organic marketing, and in my opinion, this is like how this is effective marketing. But I got more. We're also going to be doing a fun giveaway event. I believe it's for the first 500 people. I have to double check that, so don't quote me. But I do believe it's for the first 500 people that come to the expo. We're just going to give them some swag. And then at the expo itself, you're going to be getting some extra swag as well. Because we got partners, we got things that we're doing as well. You're going to get some cool stuff while you're there. But I believe it's 500. I do have to double check that. So if I'm wrong, I apologize. I do believe it's the first 500 that come to Expo. We're going to give you a t-shirt as well. We have now officially locked all our speakers. So we just did this in the last like 2-3 days because we have a lot of people that want to speak. I mean, a lot of people that want to speak, and we had to unfortunately turn down a lot of people and lock everything. which is it's a bummer, but it's also exciting that there's that much desire to come speak at our convention. But just to kind of show you some of the speakers and the lineups and the topics, here's day one. Here's kind of the speaker overview. Here's day two. You may recognize a lot of names on here. And then here's day three. So we have some really fun topics. We have some great speakers coming in. The speaking part I'm really excited about. We also have some good moderators. They're going to moderate the whole thing, and ask some tough questions, which is always interesting in my mind. I always want to listen to panels that have tough questions. But yeah, we got a bunch of great speakers coming out. We also, which is brand new news. Actually, a lot of this is brand new news, but we are going to have a VIP pool party with Little Yachty. Little Yachty has a decent amount of followers. If you go look at any of his material, we're gonna do a fun pool party event with him on Saturday, the second day, for our VIP people. So for those that are still curious on coming out to the convention, we are making tickets very cheap. So I believe general admission is 200 and VIP is 500. That is outrageously cheap. Most of the conventions that Eric and I go to, and Eric will tell you this too, like if you go the day of or the week before, like tickets are like $1,400, like literally $1,400. Some of the places that we've been to have been even 1,600. And it's a little crazy at how much these conventions will charge, and the booths themselves too are like $30,000-$40,000 to just get a decent booth. Our booths are 2,500, and you get 5 tickets to go with it. So we wanted to make everything affordable. There's a lot of startup projects out there, and I mean, spending $40,000 is a lot for a newer project to take a gamble on and roll the dice on. We don't want that. We want people to come out. We want people to have a good time. Same with tickets too. We don't want to charge you $1,400. But for those interested and want to come out, that's what the tickets are. And VIP also is going to get a cool little pool party with Little Yachty. And then it just keeps going and going. We're getting a lot of after networking events after the Vegas convention itself, and we're going to be hosting one at the Sahara Casino, and it's going to be a whole real estate focused event. I think I have the graphic here. Yeah, here we go. So this is going to be on the first night. We're going to kind of kick off everything, VIP kickoff with the Metaverse real estate at the Sahara Casino. Starts at 7:30, goes to midnight. We're going to take so many pictures and videos of this too. So for those that miss out because you're going to make it or whatever, don't worry. We're going to have so much content for you to check out. We're just going to have a ton of fun. But yeah, so we're going to be doing a whole real estate party. In fact, we now have multiple billboards in Vegas, all set up. We have a couple new people that have joined our design and marketing team, and they've been doing a lot of the flyers I just showed you, and the graphics and the billboards and stuff. They're designing, and we're now on multiple billboards. We're on multiple trucks that like drive down. So like TCG is getting we're getting exposure. And then on top of that, we're gonna be doing some influencer marketing. So this starts today, I believe. I believe later tonight this is going to start, and it will go all weekend. But David has, I think, 30 to 40 influencers that are ready and primed to talk about our world and to talk about the expo that we're putting on as well. So this will be it'll be very interesting to see what the socials will look like. There's a lot on Instagram, a lot on TikTok, a lot on Twitter. It'll be interesting to see what happens over the weekend. You'll look at our socials, try to see if you can find a lot of the influencers talking about us. But yeah, we're going to be doing some traditional marketing as well. We've said this over and over that we believe in organic marketing, which we built our entire company up to this point on organic marketing. We're all self-funded. We don't do VCs. And we don't do a lot of buzzwords and hype and marketing influencer type stuff. Some of the marketing stuff out there, this is me going on a tangent, I don't think is quite worth it because you pay like $50,000 to this influencer and they don't really care about your project. They tweet a new project like every day. a different one. And I don't know if a lot of their followers are authentic, organic followers or a bunch of bots. Who knows? But so we're really big believers in organic marketing and building up relationships, long-term relationships, and strategic partners by going to these conventions and talking to people and going to these private events. That's what we believe in. And then turns out when you're really nice to people, they will intro you to the people that they know, and then they will do the same thing. So it ends up being this catalyst domino effect where we're just talking to all these big, freaking, really cool names and companies and celebrities, all because we're good at just building a relationship with people. Organic marketing. We really love it. And we also don't build friendships trying to get something out of them. You can always tell when someone's like they're trying to get something out of you. We just authentically and genuinely love becoming friends with people and hanging out with people and showing people what we're building, and they're attracted to that positivity as well. So, but for all those people that say when marketing, there's also going to be traditional marketing going on as well. And like I said, according to David, I believe this is this weekend. This might actually start tonight. If you look at some socials out there, you might see our name start to pop up, which is pretty cool. So we're growing and growing and growing. Um, Also, there's gonna be a TV show that is gonna be produced in Vegas. I can't go into all the details of it. I can tell you the name is gonna be called Crypto Kings, and it's actually gonna be involving Enzo and another guy that works with us named Alex Houlihan, who's a fantastic individual. If Alex is watching this right now, we love him. He's actually one of the guys that has been hooking us up with a lot of the partners that we've announced recently have come through his efforts. Really good guy, and he's with TCG as well. But there's also going to be a TV show that's going to be produced called Crypto Kings, and I can't go into any more detail other than that. And they're going to be filming and getting production going, starting in Vegas, and it's going to be a high production show. Private jets, private helicopters, private cars, which you're going to get to see some private cars in Vegas as well. It's a pretty cool thing, and a lot of it is gonna start with TCG World because that's kind of how this whole thing got built and relationships got forged. And so yeah, we're really big fans of Alex. We love Enzo, and you've seen him many times. So this is also going to be happening on the side, and I can't give any more details than that, but we're very excited. So we're going to have a lot of content that is going to get created from this event, which after Vegas ends, we're gonna show the world like just how fun the event was and all the different things that we had going on. So we want to capture a lot of great video, a lot of great pictures. We want you to see all of this as well, and kind of get to be with us a little bit, even though you weren't there. If you couldn't make it, unfortunately, we want to show you a bunch of content. There's also going to be, which I can't announce as of this moment because it's not all the way to that point yet, but there's going to be more Vegas surprises coming up in the very near future. Surprises from Alex, surprises from David, surprises from Enzo, surprises from a couple other guys that I cannot name yet. And it's all going to be hopefully here in the next couple of weeks we'll get some news, hopefully this week, with us actually being in Vegas. So um, we're definitely working hard. We're definitely talking with a lot of people, and a lot of companies are excited about our world. That's the greatest thing about this is we really are creating a product that people are very interested in, and they're excited to get into. And people have been waiting to have a high quality metaverse for some time, especially as we talk to these companies. They've looked at 60 other metaverses. They've said we haven't found anything that we liked yet until we came to you guys. So there's going to be some surprises coming out. Sorry for saying that. Sometimes I'll tend to say soon or upcoming soon or surprises isn't coming. Sometimes I can upset people, but I literally just I cannot say anything on these ones. Um, but David's going to have some news for you guys. I will have news for you as we go through. And then once after Vegas, we're going to be hitting things pretty hard. So for those that don't know, this has been a strategy of ours for a while. Is before we started doing all this major marketing and kind of showing us to the world, we wanted to build a product first. This is very opposite to how a lot of other companies operate. A lot of other companies, they do a bunch of hype marketing buzzwords, and they don't really have a product built yet. They have a trailer or a cinematic video built, but they haven't really started the development of the product, where we've been developing this for a long time. But David didn't really want to do all this crazy marketing and revealing to the world until we had an actual product. So we built everything organically, grassroots, all the way up to this point on pretty much zero marketing. It's just been through the word of you guys and through the word of us talking with other individuals and companies. But now that we have a product that people can actually get to check out, which I cannot wait for you to get to play alpha in Vegas, now is the time where we say, okay, now we're going to show everybody what we've been working so hard on. So that's been our strategy from the very beginning of is to skip all the marketing, skip the normal way of how businesses do it. Let's build it first, and then let's go show the world. So, as you can see, with everything that we got going on in Vegas, there is going to be a lot of really exciting events, things to do. It's not going to be a normal convention, I'll tell you that. And there's going to be a lot of news not only coming from Vegas, but immediately after as well. Our studio right now is hard focused on developing the world. Like I said, there's a whole change log. Like there's all these things that they're working on that I don't want to take a whole another hour to go over at this moment. But they are hard working on getting this build ready so that everybody that comes to Vegas, when you get to play it, you have an awesome experience. And we cannot wait to see your reactions. That's going to be the best part, is seeing you actually log into the world and seeing what you think. It's going to be really fun. So what we are going to do now, because we're about 45 minutes in, we're going to actually host a real AMA session in our Telegram main chat here in just a little bit. I just have to get some water real fast. This, for those that are new to our setup, we do an AMA where I just talk about all the company updates, and now we're going to do the actual AMA, answer a bunch of questions in our Telegram main chat. So if some of our moderators can post our Telegram main chat into the YouTube live chat, I'm going to be over there answering a bunch of questions. I have a good 45 minutes to an hour before family I have to go. But we want to answer your questions. So if you're new to TCG World and you have some questions, we want to answer them. Whether you've been with us for a small amount of time or a large amount of time, we want to answer all your questions. So I'm going to be switching over here to our Telegram. And I cannot wait to show you all the pictures from Vegas and all the partners and all the events that we're going to be going to. When I say we have some surprises lined up during Vegas, there's going to be some surprises that I can't announce quite yet until we have to wait for them. So thank you for riding on with us. We've been talking about the Expo for a long time, and now now this next week it's actually happening. We're going to be doing our next AMA, I believe, from Vegas. So you'll get to see a lot of friendly faces and people that you know. And I'll try to get as many people on it as I can. It'll be a really fun event. So I'll switch over to our Telegram here. I'll answer all your questions, and then I'm really excited for next week. So yeah, I'll switch over. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for jumping on, whether you watch this live or after the fact. We really appreciate you. Again, let us know what you think of our AMA formats, and if we can change anything to make it better for you. We always want to hear your feedback. And I'm going to switch over here in about 2 minutes. I just have to get some water. Appreciate everybody, and I'll see you soon.